What's up, everybody? It's your boy from Shocker the Nice Sister with our PEBA Week 2 Team Builder here with a very cool opponent. Now, before I get into that, if you guys are excited, leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. Join the Full Shocker crew today because you be the king of the crew. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the battles. Team Builder, I should say. So, this is against Bears or Rubus. I'm not even gonna try it. Or Bugus, I think it was. But look closer at his profile picture, and this could possibly, I could be wrong about this. This could possibly be Dr. Slacking that we face. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm actually hyped for this battle if that's the case. I mean, I'm already hyped as it is because I'm playing against new people. But if this is Dr. Slacking that I get to face for week 2, I'm actually going to be pretty high because Dr. Slacking is a very much accomplished battler. He's been doing the ICB, EWT, and of course the UBL as of right now. And he is a very, very tough opponent to face. He is very skillful. He has very unweirdly worldly sets that some people may question but work in so many ways. And he'll travel a lot of random things and he'll make them work as well. So if this is Dr. Slacking, I am super excited to have the chance to face him. I know he's not going to be uploading this. This is going to be probably one of his like little side leagues he has like fun with, which is Aquarius and all that. So I'm very much happy and super excited to be facing Dr. Slacking in this game. But you guys, so looking at his team though, again, if it's not really Dr. Slacking, then I'm sorry. I'm assuming he was Dr. Slacking. By the way the profile picture was, and the way you and Aquarius kind of act around, like I feel like I might know who you are, and if I don't, then and if you think I'm accusing you of who you are, I'm not. So just don't take that as a great song. Anyways, back to the topic. Looking at his team, he's got Heatran, G-Max Venusaur, Primarina, Acelgor, Rotom Fan, Mew, Lycanroc Dusk, Hydreigon, Golurk, and Grapploct. Now, I want to state this right now in video, that if you're wondering, wait, he's got a G-Max Venusaur? And being said, and he's not got a Sun user with him and all that. It's actually because we're not allowing chlorophyll on G-Max Venusaur. We are not allowing that. And sorry if you keep hearing noises. My cats are all over the place right now, and I don't know why. But yeah, G-Max Venusaur cannot have Sun on its team because it cannot use chlorophyll. It cannot use manual Sunny Day at all as well. So it's just a standard offensive Venusaur or a defensive Venusaur, whatever he wants to build it as. So there's that for us this week. So otherwise, look at his team. I don't think Grapploct comes. I don't think Grapploct has really the best matchup because, you know, if it's limited move pool and looking at my team, I think it would like a little bit a couple of coverage moves and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know how serious he's taking the league or anything like that. So again, there's going to be something like that to factor in as well. Golurk is a really good ghost and ground type against my team, but here's the problem. I have 2 dark types that outspeed it. I do have a Inteleon that is right there, and I have a Zeraora, which if it starts setting up, and can actually just beat it with a knockoff, actually. Because the thing is, I feel like Golurk is such a good Pokemon, but the fact that it would be really kind of just forced into an item slot type of thing, where it's got no choice but to run an item, where it could have done so much more in this matchup, kind of hurts it. And that's going to be another thing that kind of factor in with the next couple of mods we talk about. But overall, I do think that it could still come, but the problem is, again, if I get like a Trick Room up, I'm faster than it. If I have Inteleon, I just speed it. I have Tagrope, which just walls it. Because honestly, I expect more like a No Guard set versus a Iron Fist set, because No Guard would be really good for Stone Edges, or Dynamic Punches, or the Poltergeist, and then if it was Rock Polish setup, and then he doesn't have Earthquake, and then he has 4 moves, we have to be Assault Vested then, and try to run speed, where the speed probably would not have mattered. So, I don't think he's going to be bringing it, but there is the possibility. If he does bring that, I'm a little bit in trouble, but I can work around it. But up next is Hydreigon. Hydreigon has really good possibilities to show up. I don't know if it will come, per se. It has good matchup, don't get me wrong. It really, really does. It does have a fantastic matchup, but I do have a whole Sylveon, which pretty much just walls it, unless it's physical, which could be a possibility. And then I have things like Metal, which just take hits from it and all that stuff. So I don't know. There's a very possibility chance for him. Oh, excuse me. Oh my god. For him to do some things on his team. So it's definitely going to be something I have to be very much mindful and very much careful with that. Lycanroc is the same thing. I think Lycanroc is a fantastically good matchup against my team. But again, I have a whole thing of Melmetal, Tangrowth, and Teleon, which pretty much just beat it. And Sarah Aura, which can also beat it if it's a bulk up Life Orb variant like I was last week in that type of sense. So I think I have a lot of good builds that can just straight up beat a cell card. Lycanroc Impulse, if I get one DD up with my Salamence, it beats it as well. So it's just like one of those things where it's like I necessarily and the thing is like if he sees Salamence, he has to think of a couple of things that I could be Roselli Berry, that I could be excuse me. I could be Rosella Berry, I could be Charty Berry, like I could be a type of berry that's gonna really help me instead of not helping him. So just a lot of main things to really kind of just figure out and go from there. So stuff to put in there, but looking at his main six, I do see Heatran coming. Heatran is a massive problem versus my team, especially since it's got Flash Fire. I do expect it to bring Flash Fire to this matchup to stop my Incineroar. I definitely expect G-Max Venusaur, just because Venusaur, when he goes big, can hit my team really hard for damage. I do expect Dual Stab plus Earth Power. I do not know if I see Leech Seed or Sleep Powder or potentially Growth as the next attack or anything like that. Just because I think the three moves it needs to be brought offensively, and then the fourth move can be maybe even substitute to some degree. Obviously, if Dr. Slaking has an item on his Venusaur, I don't think he's going to be allowed to G-Max it. Then, if I'm going to be honest with you, because then I think that would definitely be fair. Again, if I haven't said before, we are not allowed to run items on our Pokemon this week. Only Pokeballs. The only reason we're doing Pokeballs is just so we can get proper knockoff damage as well, which I think is kind of stupid. But hey, it doesn't matter to me. But it's what it is. But anyway, so we have Primarina next. Primarina's dual stab really does me in a lot. I pretty much have no safe switch into dual stab unless I was with Salt Vested. But again, choice specs is the thing, and I am not looking forward to that. I'm not happy. I do think he's gonna bring a Stelgor since he does know I have very limited hazard removal on my team. I do expect him to try to counter on that and definitely bring some spikes stacking against me. I don't know if he'll bring Toxic Spikes. I know he'll definitely bring spikes. I definitely see him bringing like Mud Shot or Focus Blast potentially as well. I could see him also running something like Bug Buzz as well to just kind of bring, just kind of like a very semi-offensive Cellwar with Unburdened, and to just try to hit my team hard. Like I could see him running like an Acid Spray set, which would be really good to actually handle Salamence that. Because more likely he's going to probably be like Sash, potentially. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. But definitely something to know with it. But then I do expect Rotom Fan. I definitely expect Rotom Fan to be Will-O-Wisp with obviously Volt Switch and Air Slash. I don't know what the last move would be. But I do see Volt Switch. Will-O-Wisp. I could see maybe a speedy bulky fan with like max HP, max speed, or something like, or speed invested and the rest going to special attack and stuff like that. So definitely something to note there. I do expect Mew to come. So look at this Mew set. I was really kind of debating on what Mew he could bring here. Personally, if I looked at this team, there was a couple things I saw. There was Iron Defense Weakness Policy to counteract the Dark types, and to counteract a potential Poltergeist attack that's coming from Dusknoir, or a potential, Dark move from, the Zera Aura, maybe from the Salamence and stuff like that. Like that. I think that would be really cool. I could also see him running like a Calm Mind Colberberry set, like Calm Mind, Roost, Psychic Earth Power, or something like that. I see two possibilities that Slacking could run this matchup, and I'm just gonna call him Slacking, Dr. Slacking for right now. I know that's very wrong of me to assume who he is and everything like that, based on names and all that. I just wanted to make sure I just have a name because I don't know. I can call him Rubens. Runis or something. I don't know. I feel like maybe just. Anyways, enough of that. But yeah, I think Slacking could definitely bring those two sets. That's how I personally look at Mew in this matchup, is seen as abusing weakness policy in some fashion. or to use Calm Mind Roost with a Colbur Berry and stuff like that, just to kind of take advantage of that kind of stuff. Because there's a couple of things that we have to look at. There's possibilities for Assault Vests on my team. There's a possibility for offense and everything like that. So there's, again, those possibilities. By the way, when I said Iron Defense, it could also be Iron Defense Roost and stuff like that. So that's another reason I was looking at that as well. So possibilities are endless with Mew. If we don't see Mew and we don't see a Celigore, we're definitely seeing Lycanroc and Hydreigon, which would not be the end of the world for me to deal with, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. If I got a Golurk, don't see a strong possibility potentially for that thing, so it's all up in the air for that. But no, enough talking about the team and enough talking about this and that. Let's talk about our team and go into why we're bringing it. First off, we're bringing Lefty Zeraora this matchup. I think Lefty Zeraora is really good. We're in Sub, Drain Punch, Plasma Fist, and Plasma Fist and Blaze Kick. Now, a lot of you may be asking yourself, Briller, you're not running Play Rough. You're not going to be able to check the Hydreigon properly. In theory, I do. I have Drain Punch, which, again, if it's not Scarf Hydreigon, I pretty much just 2-hit KO with Drain Punch. I mean, obviously, there's a chance for crits, obviously. And, you know, there's possibly I can maybe just straight up OHKO with max attack. Who knows? But basically, with their Zeraora here, I basically can just go punch for his team. Drain Punch is also really good because it's going to be able to beat the Heat Train 1v1 as well. I was kind of almost thinking like a Calm Mind variation of Zeraora. But the thing with Calm Mind is that when you look at Zeraora's special sets, its only special offense is Aura Spear, Discharge / Thunderbolt, Focus Blast, Grass Knot, which really isn't that necessary in this matchup, even though it would be really, really good for it as well, not gonna lie. And yeah, then we have Echoed Voice, Electro Ball, Hyper Beam, Round, Shockwave, maybe Snarl. I mean, that could be something we could use, potentially, but it's not as good as what I wanted to do. Like, I mean, like a Sub Calm Mind, Thunderbolt set would be really good, but then you look at it, I don't have a real way to hit Venusaur. So I need something to be able to hit Venusaur, and I think Physical is the smarter way to go. Running 112 in HP, max attack, adamant, 28 speed up, and 116 speed. The speed lets me guarantee to be faster than everything in this team, so if I see a Scarfer, I know what it's going to be. And the main reason we're running Sub instead of something like maybe like Bulk Up or something like that, I do not want to get burned by that damn Rotom. So that's the whole reason behind Sub. And plus I think Sub's really good because Sub gives me the option to kind of just go in here, just see what he wants to do. Now, obviously, I think in things like the Pro Arena and stuff like that, I think I just always click Sub in front of it unless it's going to stay in. If it stays in, then I know two things is going to happen. One, it clicks Flip Turn, or actually three. One, it clicks Flip Turn. Two, it's going to click potentially Liquid Voice, Hyper Voice, which would definitely be a problem. And if it specs, I pretty much, I think, straight up die. Also, if it stays in, then I know it's going to have the potential Calm Berry, which is definitely something to know right there. I might, depending on what he brings, is the type of set where I either just straight up attack or I go for it. Like, if he leads from Arena and I lead with this thing, I'm going to straight up attack it. And if I see a Calm Berry, I take that out. He can't damage me. He probably clicks Split Turn and he goes into something. Like, if he goes into Rotom Fan, I summon from the Rotom Fan, and then I just start attacking things in front of Rotom and everything like that. Again, he could also have Hacks as his last move. Besides Air Slash and Volt Switch if he's running Lilith, so he could have that. But I don't think Hex is enough to break a Sub unless he's like super offensive, which he definitely does, but who knows. But I think Zeraora can really be a good breaker this matchup. I don't really see it being the win con potentially, but I see it definitely being a breaker. And we're bringing some heat with this set. So Skuntank's really, really good in this matchup, I feel like, because it checks a lot of things. Now, I really wanted to put Play Rough on here, but I feel like how Defog was safe. Just because if he does bring any form of hazards like Spikes, I really need to get those rid of because Spikes cripple my team, except for one on our team, obviously. I need to get rid of those as much as I can, so I think Defog is a safe bring this week. We're running Dig Nice / Poison Jab, 112 in HP, max attack, 4 in defense, 116 speed depth, and 1 in 24 speed with the Careful Nature. I'm pretty sure we do outspeed Rotom here. Let me just double check that. 208, yep, which we can cap at 209, 210. I just capped it at 210, even though we can probably go 209, but I just capped it at 210 just because I usually do that. But basically, Skuntank here is meant to be kind of an offensive, a little bit of an offensive menace in this matchup. But it's more designed to be kind of a Spadef tank this game. Tank. I'm terrible. But we are running some Power Herb Dig Tech because obviously the only thing that can switch in on our poison staff is going to be his steel type, and even with our night slashes, it's not going to do too much. So even though I know dig doesn't kill, a night slash, depending if we get a crit into the dig, can actually probably kill. And if anything, we just completely weaken that thing. We take a hit from it, we night slash it afterwards, and boom, it's dead. So that's something really good note there as well. I think we'll also make sure. Actually, right now, let me just look right here. I don't mind doing stuff like this on screen for you guys, because you guys get kind of like a good idea of what I like to do when it comes to team building. We could cap out at 219 if we wanted to, but I don't think we're going to. So we do have to be Primarina, so that's what the thing I was looking at there. But otherwise, I think Skuntank's going to be a really good Pokemon this game. I think Skuntank can do a decent amount of work for us this week, and I definitely am having some faith this week. So up next, we're bringing Nuts and Bolts, our Melmetal. I'm bringing a very weird Melmetal set here. We're running double Iron Man, Facade, Earthquake, and Toxic, 156 HP, 100 attack, Adamant Nature, and max Spud Death. We're running an Adamant Nature, we're running like, if you guys actually have watched Automatic before, he does this kind of weird sets too, where he has kind of like max defense Bull, like max defense Impish with his Talonflame, and then running everything else into attack, and pretty much running everything else into pretty much about a little bit of speed, attack, and everything like that. So I really do like Melmetal's matchup here. Obviously, the only thing that's, the big problem is going to mostly just be the fact that it's going to have Heatran and everything. But in all honesty, it's not as scary as a lot of people think. It's not as tough as everyone's gonna think. So I definitely think Melmetal is gonna be a really good Pokemon this game. And but the reason why we're Facades is it even burns me. If we pretty much just get rid of the Heatran, or we can Heatran to the point where we can maybe even 2 KO that thing potentially, I don't mind that. And plus with Facade, I can hit the Rotom, which is really good. Double Iron Bash is a very spammable move this game. I would really kind of like to hit that, but it's alright. Toxic's really there just to kind of whittle down things on his team. Like, obviously, we know proper switches and stuff. We can make some predictions and stuff like that if we want Earthquake. But also, I have Toxic there just to kind of Toxic a couple things down on his team, just try to whittle them down a little bit, because I don't think he's going to have any Cleric options besides unless Mew is Cleric, which would be really weird if that Mew was Cleric. So, definitely something to note with that there. But definitely, I'm hoping to do some work with this Mon this week. And I've actually been kind of enjoying my builds with Melmetal lately. I really have been. I think I've been doing really good with it, and I think it's going to be a really good Pokemon. Up next, we have GoldenEye 007 here, and I think this is going to be a very kind of good matchup for Inteleon. We are running Dark Pulse on this set just because I would actually kind of like to have something to hit Mew. Otherwise, we're going to just spam literally water type attacks against his team. Like, once we've weakened down Primarina to a certain degree, we could pretty much just beat it straight up. So I don't think I needed anything for Primarina, really. So we have Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, Scald, and Dark Pulse, basically with 80 HP, max special attack, and enough speed to outspeed again everything on his team, so that is guaranteed right there. So really, Inteleon's just here to break. This is entirely just a breaking opportunity for Inteleon to come to this matchup. So I'm really, really hoping that, we do really, really well with it. I do expect a lot of great results and stuff like that with my Inteleon on this matchup. I'm really blanking on names. I don't know why. But also making his debut this week is going to be Ghost Freak, our Dusknoir, with Frisk obviously to be able to kind of know for that. We're running the Spell Tag this week with Trick Room, Poltergeist, Earthquake, and Ice Punch. Max HP, 148 attack with the Adamant Nature, and 108 Speed Depth. This is more of a kind of offensive Speed Depth tank this week because it's going to be really able to deal most with his team. And I really think there's a lot of good options and priorities and stuff like that with having Dusknoir in this matchup. Trick Room's a little scary, I would say. A little scary against this team. But generally speaking, I don't think it's as scary as we're going to make it look out to be. And I definitely think this is a set that can really, really put in a lot of work this week, especially since Poltergeist is very spammable in this matchup. And the reason why I have Ice Punch is really just there to deal with the Hydreigon, most likely, on his team. And it also helps with dealing with Rotom. If Rotom's chipped to the degree and Poltergeist maybe doesn't kill, and Ice Punch has a chance to kill, which is really weird. But I think that's a really good thing for Dusknoir as well, so I definitely have a good faith in Dusknoir this week. And definitely, Dusknoir is another potential, not exactly breaker, but definitely to help chip down the team. And I definitely think the potential win con this game is going to be Mence. We're running a standard max Mence with 4 Speed Depth, We did not need to run an odd number in HP because we already have an odd number in our HP itself. We're Dragon Dance, Dual Wing, Rock Slide, Earthquake. I am not running Dragon Stab, which is a big risk this week, if I'm going to be completely honest. Because Dragon Stab would be very good to beat that Hydreigon. But if I already get a Dragon Dance off, and it's not timid speed creep, here's how it would be. Hydreigon would pretty much have to be max speed, or has to be built speed-wise enough with a Choice Scarf or with a Dragon Dance to outspeed my Zero Aura. Now, if obviously I get a speed boost first and it's not Scarfed, I actually will outspeed that. Now, the reason why I'm running max speed is because if he is like a speedy pivot, speedy bulky pivot type of speed and offense with his Rotom Fan, with it being like max HP and max speed, I actually outspeed max speed timid Rotom Fan with this set, so that's really good. And we are running the Moxie ability. It is a little bit risky to run Moxie because it basically just tells him right away what we are, so that's something to be careful about this. But basically what I need to do is I need to get this set probably in front of something like Mew. If Mew is Calm Mind, I can beat that set. If Mew's Iron Defense, I don't really beat that set unless I get a DD or 2 DDs off before Mew starts Iron Defense in front of my face. Obviously, he's got some really good switching answers to this thing, obviously with being from Arena and Heatran, but again, if I get one Dragon Dance up, I actually just straight up OHKO with Dual Wing Beat, as long as I don't miss, and obviously Earthquake kills Heatran. I don't know if we're going to see Sugar Berry Heatran, I don't know if we're going to see a Choble Berry Heatran, potentially, for the coverage I do have, but if it's Sugar Berry, I can kind of work around that, obviously, because I got things wrong with my team in that type of regard, but I think we have ways that we can win this. Rock Slide Players at +1 obliterates Rotom. Even if Rotom's max HP, max defense, at +1, I OHKO with Rock Slide with my spread. 100% OHKO it. Or pretty much put it in a range where I do OHKO it, so definitely something to note there about that. That's going to be the team, guys. If this is, again, like I said, Dr. Slacking, I'm very much looking forward to the battle against him because, you know, I've actually seen a couple of his videos. He's one of the best Mario lookalikes. I'm sorry, that's one thing I see with your face, man. You just look like Mario to me. Dark Slacking, you know, a very accomplished battler. He's definitely going to be a very tough opponent because he has won some tough matchups in his past, like we have in the past. So he's definitely going to be a tough opponent to deal with. So thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. Join the Push Soccer crew today because you'll be further with the king and the crew. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time. And until next time, everybody, peace.